Game Room Reviews.
Alright, welcome to Game Room Reviews. Today we're going to start off with a mini review. It's actually more of an unboxing. What we've got today is an entire brick, or an 8-pack of D&D minis. These are the Icons of the Realms Elemental Evil set. The set's been out for a while, but I decided to go with this series because, well, first, I'm a bit of a minis addict, you can probably tell. But one thing that I need to fill out in my collection are some good mid-sized dragons, and this set happened to have a number of uncommon or rare mid-sized dragons that I'm really looking to get into my collection. But we're also going to take a look at why you might want to consider buying cases instead of individual packs of minis. And I'm going to start unwrapping and unboxing to get on with things. Probably end up fast forwarding through most of this, but I'll chatter a bit too. That's pretty noisy, but let's get back to talking about this. Now, I have a pretty steady habit on picking up minis on game night, so about once a week I head down to the local game store, usually with a budget in mind. Covers a little bit of junk food, and either a set of dice or a pack of minis. And, you know, I get a really good set that way, but one of the things that happens is I get a decent number of repeats too, duplicate minis, which is fine if you want a large army of kobolds to destroy, but you can also end up with some rare duplicates. And the idea with buying a case is that when they're packing these up, they sort of take one of each and put it in each of the 8, and so that at least for your larges and your rares, you shouldn't come up with any duplicates. I mean, you still might come up with duplicate commons and even uncommons, but the ones you're really looking for should have a good variety. Now that's all hearsay, and this isn't really a good statistical test of that theory, but we're going to see what we get anyway. Alright, now that the tape is all out of the way, we're just going to take a look at the giants or the larges first, and I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I was looking for some dragons, and first off we pull a white dragon. Moving on, second pack, a giant. He's pretty chubby looking. What is he? Oh, that's their ogre. Right, that's an interesting sculpt. We'll come back and revisit some of the different series of minis and look at how the sculpts on certain things have changed over time. Put these down here. Number 3 is, oh, it looks like an Etten. Yeah. And yeah, Etten. Try and keep each one's smallers with it, so we can look at duplicates on that level too. Number 4. Oh, the owl bear. That's another one I needed in the collection. Good for those dungeon delves and forest adventures. A winged beast. Let's see what we've got. In number 5, here it is, the Hierarchosphinx. Come on, dragons. Here we got, oh, elemental. Number 7 is another elemental, fire elemental of some sort. And this is the set of elemental icons, so that's not too surprising. Oh, and another elemental. But no repeats. Oh no, another Etten. Huh. So we did get a repeat on the Etten, and we only ended up with one dragon. but it's still a nice collection. Let's see, we'll look at what some of the small minis are. Alright, the nice fighters. Oh, the little mini fire bat bird. Little medium-sized elemental. Out here, oh. Nice, the second one did give us a dragon, which is nice. Good medium-sized blue to go with that ogre. Oh, and I really like these new flying sculpts that they've done. So even if I had more mid-sized dragons, it would still be nice to get more. Oh, nice Dwargar or Deep Dwarf with a nice paint job. Again, once we've unpacked everything, we'll come back and we'll try and come in close up on these. So you can get a better idea of what the sculpt quality is like, and the mold quality too. And we'll take a look at some of the paint jobs. A little tiny elemental. That's an interesting one. Did I say that I didn't see many dragons? Here's the green. Again, a really nice sculpt on this one. Not too much of a paint job and a little bit of a wash. Give it some detail, but still. Always a fan of dragons. And, oh, a tiny little wormling or something, or pseudo-dragon, will be good for someone's familiar. And the Knoll Archer. Nice addition to a good army or a pack of gnolls. Here on number 4, we're heading back toward the elementals. This is the medium water elemental. Nice to see that they're heading back into the translucent or transparent plastics. And this time they're doing, looks like a little bit more to dry brush or wash to give some detail rather than the older style just chunks of plastic. Alright, so that should be this set with the owl bear. A little halfling archer. Little player characters. And so far a decent mix of playable characters and monsters. I mean, if you remember going back toward the little dwarf with a warhammer. But the really old sets, when this was actually, you could play the old mini D&D game, where they had the lawful, the good, the chaotic, and the evil factions. We tended to see a lot more playable characters because you needed to balance out the good and lawful with the chaotic and evil. But these more recent sets that are strictly for tabletop roleplay look like they're releasing fewer playable molds, playable sets, and putting in more monsters, which actually I think makes for a better role-playing collection. A nice little lizard man or troglodyte. And again, another sculpt on that one. A ghast or a ghoul to add to the hordes of the undead. Oh, and some sort of evil elemental death knight. Now the one thing about these, oh, nice little guy there. On these sets, the WizKids sets, there are some that have their names very clearly printed on the base. But especially for us older guys, being over 40, the quality of the print on the base is nearly illegible these days. It's doesn't have much definition, and the print is really small. So unless you've memorized what's in what set, or you're looking at the really common stuff, or the well-known, like an owl bear or a green dragon, trying to decode the print on the bottom of the base is not always easy. An elven archer and sword, maybe a ranger of some sort. Good playable characters. And here we have an invisible. Now I'm a little bit of a mixed opinion on these invisibles. I know they're ultra rare, and so far for 6 sets we've only pulled one. And at first I thought they were a real cheap out. Essentially just casting an already existing mold in a clear plastic and calling it something super collectible. But we did run an adventure not too long ago where we had a number of characters going in and out of invisibility, and for that it was kind of neat to have at least something sort of matching. So this looks like it's the painted match to this invisible. Alright, very nice to have those. They came out of different packs. It would also be more cool if they put them together so you had, both in one set and didn't have to go hunting. But in this case, we've got both. Another playable. Some sort of a dark guard with a club. Again, can't read the name. WizKids, if you could, get on that one. And another dwarf with a warhammer. So again, very little duplicate here. We've got 2 of that dwarf and 2 Ettins. But this Ettin came with a green dragon. Let's see what this one might have in store for us. Playable, maybe human-ish. Anyway, nice guy in a gold and blue. Decent paint job. Nearly illegible base, but a really nice sculpt and paint job. In fact, that's probably the rare in this set for playable characters. The better the paint job, better chance that it's a rare. And it looks nicer on the table. Alright, we've got another one of these aquatic mare guys with a sword. I think so. That's another duplicate. We'll put those out here. Take a look at those. Not too many of them yet. And last but not least, maybe undead, weird ghoulish looking guy with a sword. So there you have it. This is pretty quick unboxing and review. It looks like we did get a decent variety, and I'm happy that we ended up with a number of the dragons out of this set. Of the larges, the only times we got was the more common large, the Ettin. But again, most of the rares and uncommons, good even distribution. So if you're going to go out and you're going to buy 1 pack a week anyway, chances are you may want to look at saving up your money, buying an entire case to get a better distribution of figures. And if you go to most of the stores or online, you actually get a better deal when you buy a full case. So you're getting better variety, you're getting a better deal, and all you have to do is wait to save up or plan out your spending. We'll take another look at minis coming up soon. I'm going to grab the camera and we'll do a quick drive-by so you can take a look at some of the paint jobs on these. Okay, so here we are. We're going to take a quick look at the paint qualities and some of these sculpts. So we're moving in handheld. Sorry about the video quality. So we can get a good view on this white. It looks like a decent paint job. Again, some of the paint around the mouth is a little iffy, but the black details pop nicely, and overall the wash and dry brushing brings out the detail in the sculpt pretty well. I'm really pretty happy with the quality of these sculpts. And here are the smalls that came in with that. So we have the small translucent elementals, and I think pretty happy with the sculpts on these rock elementals. Some of the early ones just look like lumps. Here's the ogre. He's really a good size for an ogre. And a decent paint job, decent sculpt, and we'll compare him to some of the other ogres in another segment. And here's his buddy, the blue. I don't know if I can get a decent shot of that. No, the camera just does not want to focus. Alright, that's a little bit better. Again, nice detailing around the head. Some of this side detailing, if it'll focus. No. Nice flying sculpt onto the Etten. These are an okay sculpt, okay paint job, but the real treat in that pack was the flying green. Nice mid-sized dragon, which came with its tiny little buddy, the pseudo-dragon or wormling. And the gnoll. I do like the recent sculpts on the gnolls. They show up really well in a good pack. Our friend, the owl bear. And again, a pretty simple paint job, just a little yellow around the face, which is okay, and some dry brushing on the front. Yeah, the back doesn't look all that exciting. Here's the Hierosphinx, and I might pop him out of the container later so we can get a better look. But again, some basic dry brushing and a few details. And that theme continues down here with the elementals. Again, decent use of translucent or opaque plastics, some dry brushing, and a few details to make it pop. There's your fire elemental. And it'd be really nice to set up a little LED in the bottom of that one and get it lit up on the table. And finishing off with another Etten and all of our other minis. Thanks for joining. And again, always support your local gaming store, but if you're going to buy online anyway, please click on our Amazon link for this product or any others and help support the channel. Thanks.